Okay. So nam aloha, everyone. So before you go and run off and start making your New Year's resolutions, remember that it's just a date, January 1st, 2024. And energetically is not supported to start the new. I mean, it's not even the new moon. It's not even in the sign of Aries, the beginning of the zodiac cycle. But it doesn't mean that you don't celebrate. So I just want to remind people, according to human design, the new year starts when the sun moves in the 41st gate, right there in the mandala. And you can see it here in the chart. There's a little chart, the transit chart here. So it comes off the root chakra. That's the 41. So this is the star codon. It's the star codon of all new human experiences. So this means that we're energetically support it to start. So where are we now? December 31st, and we're often here, is the 38th, right? So the sun is in the 38 all week, right? So the 38 is the shadow of struggle, and it's the gift of perseverance. So the 38 is off the root as well here. And this is the spiritual warrior. So this would be a good time to because it's really about finding your soul purpose, right? The 3820. This is the channel of struggle, the 3828, is to really look and reflect on your soul purpose, on your soul purpose, and what you're willing to do for your soul purpose for this coming year, right? Where you're where you want to put your shoulder to the wheel, right? What's worth fighting for you, right? What's your cause? What's your mission? Start thinking about that this week instead of like, oh, I'm going to make all these New Year's resolutions. So this is a good time to remember why you're on the planet. Why am I on the planet? What am I here to contribute to the whole? Because we're all here to contribute something to the whole, and we're at an auspicious time in our human history. So when's this 41? When's the sun move into the 41? Is January 22nd, right? 2024. And this is where you'll be supported. This is where you got the wind at your back, right? And this is 2 days after Pluto moves into Aquarius. So we're really going to feel this energy, right? So what I want to say about 2024 and my writing today is there's 2024 and there's you. So what does this mean? That it's time to jump. It's time to make the leap in this year, 2024. And it's about, you've been working so hard on your inner work, your shadow work, your inner child work, right? Just keeping your head up high, your vibration up high, going through all your challenges that life has given you, right? Learning about yourself, right? Cultivating self awareness, things like that. Well, 2024 is saying that it's time to take what you've learned and now it's time to jump, right? It's time to jump. So this means it's the time to apply what you've been working on, especially since 2008, because this is really when we started to climb the mountain, was in 2008, right? So what have you been learning since 2008? What knowledge have you been accumulating since 2008? Right now it's time to apply. This is where 2024 is just going to throw us off that cliff, right? So that we learn. This is all about experience, right? So remember that the divine isn't punishing us. It's a need. Our character needs to be tested, right? It's not enough to just accumulate knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Now it's about testing, right? So our character needs to be tested through our life experiences. And this really codifies it. within our aura, right? It's really ours. So it's the age of experience, right? And this is going to really start in 2024. So I talked about this in my last live stream on Jupiter, but I'll just reiterate it here in case you haven't watched it. It's worth watching, actually. So 2024 battle. What's the 2024 battle? Because we're in this 38 energy, right? Right now. Well, it's about conformity. These are the NPCs, the non-playing characters. It's about conformity versus uniqueness. That's the battle that we're going to be in 2024. So this is the homogenized, not self world, right? We're really going to see AI come in strong in 2024. And this is all about groupthink. This is all about outsourcing. Let other people make the decisions for me, make the other people think for me, the other people tell me how to behave, right? It's all about mind control. And remember that we're moving from a mental awareness system and we're moving into the solar plexus awareness system. So the mind, right? So victims, right? Conformity keeps us in victimhood, that all of these horrible things happen to me. And we're seeing this, the celebration of the victim. We'll see more and more of that in 2024. So this is your battle. Conformity. Am I going to embrace conformity and go along to get along? Or am I going to really step it up and embrace my uniqueness? Right? And this has nothing to do with the ego. Uniqueness has nothing to do with the ego. Conformity is all about ego. Right? So this is being a creative, self-sovereign being, guided by your own intuition and trust and faith, 100% trust and faith. And it's not enough to say it because you've got to go through the experience in 2024. 100% trust and faith in the divine and self-empowered. That's a big word too. Okay, so let's go into this individual. So 2023 was all about collective and tribal consciousness, right? Collective and tribal consciousness. We had those the 1949 activated, and then we had the 3041 activated, right? Collective and tribal. And now it's all about individual, right? Individual consciousness in 2024. No collective, no tribal. So what does this mean? It means you gotta ground yourself internally. You have to ground yourself internally. You got to go deeper into your own self, into your own being. And this means you're connected to your source of energy. You're not looking outside for your energy. You're looking inside. That's untapped energy. And it's all about empowerment of the self. It's about mutation. This means great change. This is irreversible change. This is waking up in the morning and you are a different person, right? This is mutation. This is 100% trust in the self, the higher self. And this means having a backbone and the courage to be yourself, to be you, right? To be you. And this means having the courage to have other people reject you, have the courage for other people to, I don't believe in right? I'm leaving you. Sorry, right? The courage to think differently than everybody else, the courage to speak the truth when you're surrounded by lies, right? This is the backbone, and you've got to have the experience of this. It's not enough to say, yeah, I think differently than other people. It's like, no, you've got to be thrown in the deep end to have the experience, which could be uncomfortable because you're moving away from the crowd. Self-awareness, having self-awareness, and then acting on that self-awareness, right? So there's a lot of action in 2024. So it's also about following your unique path, your own unique path, not following others, following your own unique path, speaking your truth, right? Even if you're that quote, even if your voice is shaking to speak the truth, following your own convictions, right? And just jumping in. No more, I need more qualifications. I need to read another book. I need a workshop. It's about jumping in and figuring it out as you go. So think of that, reflect on that right now. It's where is the universe calling me to go? Where am I being called to go towards, right? To really share and contribute and watch the mind and the ego. That's the resistance. You can't do that, right? Other people are more qualified than you, people, the comparison game, right? But this is calling you now in 2024. You got to jump in and I'm going to figure it out as I go. I'm just going to wing it because it's all about the now, right? 2023 was all about time. This is all about the now, the 2024. I'm figuring it out in the now, following my own convictions in the now, speaking my truth in the now. It's all about the now, the present moment. And then innovation, be innovative. So, what's your ideas that are coming through, right? What are those divine messages that are coming through? It's time to be innovative. If it's time to be the entrepreneur, it's about letting that Titanic sink, right? All those systems are coming down for the cross the planning systems are coming down. All those support networks are coming down. That's the Titanic. Turn away from the Titanic in this system and get innovative, get creative, and focus on your contribution to the world. Right. So that's a good way to spend your time in 2024 is just to do it, to just act on it and learn as you go. And maybe you've had that experience. I have been called to do something and just gathering skills as you go, as needed. So your superpower, right? Your superpower is your authenticity, and this is yourself. This is being self-sovereign. This is what you have to lean into for 2024. So you want to follow your adventure. Where is life leading you? You come on this planet to have an adventure, to live your unique experience. So you want to have your experience, not someone else's experience or an experience that others say that you should have this experience. No, you're here to have your unique experience. And then you want to pursue your excellence. And you can't do this when you're in the collective and you're all thinking the same and you're behaving the same. There's no new in the collective. There's no such thing in collective consciousness and tribal consciousness. There's no such thing as new. It all comes from the individual. So this is what we're here to embrace for 2024 is your individual unique self. So this is the time to do it in 2024. And this is what you have to count on to navigate. Like I said in the Jupiter live stream, that we can't, the world was just going to look so chaotic. There's not going to be any security whatsoever in the external world. It has to come from within. You've got to ground within. And this is your superpower, right? So you've been seeded with this. It's already inside you, right? All you have to do now is to claim it, but you need to have the experience. So just a reminder that my online retreat happens January 19th. Look at those dates. The 20th, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and the 20th, 21st, and then the next day is the new year. Okay. So this is you having an experience. It's not enough to take in the knowledge. Now it's time to have an experience. So we'll be talking about the new year and we'll be looking at the 6 major blocks that keep us from embracing our authentic self. So it's all based on the human design teachings, Kundalini yoga meditations. It's a very intense, condensed experience. Okay. So if you're called to do that, please join in. These are very impactful experiences. Okay. So have a great celebration and I'll talk to you next video. Okay. Sat Namalo, everybody. Bye-bye.